Hey guys, what's up? Finally, AHPRA's NMBA has just released an update regarding the OBA or the outcomes-based assessment. For those of you who are new to the term, just a quick discussion, okay? Currently, there are two main pathways to become an RN here in Australia. The first one is a longer route, which is for you to take a bachelor's degree, which takes about 1 to 2 years to finish. And the second one is to take a bridging program, which is currently being replaced by the OBA, which does not require a long period of study. Instead, you just have to take some exams. This is ideal for those who have recent nursing experience.
So, for those of you who have watched our two previous videos about the OBA, this is a good video to watch because there's a lot of updates and there's some information that we said on our two previous videos that are now obsolete. Now, let's proceed to the main topic. My name is JC.
And I am Lorraine, and welcome to our YouTube channel.
So, to all our fellow internationally qualified registered nurses, you are now required to do the new model of the assessment process to become a registered nurse here in Australia. On our previous video, we mentioned that if you want to become a registered nurse here in Australia, you have to start with filling out the AGOS 40 form if you are going through with the second way of becoming a nurse here, which is the bridging program and now the OBA.
But that has all changed now. Your AGOS 40 forms will only be accepted if you have submitted or posted your forms along with the other requirements on or before February 21, 2020. After this date, your applications using the AGOS 40 forms will no longer be accepted.
As per AHPRA, the new process of registering with them now includes the following: online self-check and orientation program for all nurses in order to be registered, and for some, they have to do the OBA.
So again, now, if you want to become a registered nurse here in Australia, you have to do an online self-check.
This allows AHPRA to assess your qualifications against 3 criteria.
The first criteria is the qualification recognized for registration. The second is your quality assurance and accreditation, and the third one is the academic level of qualification. Furthermore, there are other requirements or registration standards that you need to comply with. These standards or requirements are quite similar to the ones that you need to comply using the AGOS 40 form.
In one of our videos, we have talked about this in length, about how to fill out the AGOS 40 form, so you can watch it there. But again, remember, it's obsolete now, so these are similar requirements. So the requirements are the following.
Number 1 is your criminal history. This is the portion where you apply for international criminal history check. And number 2 is your English language skills. If you want to know more about AHPRA's English requirement to become an RN, watch our video and we will be posting the link down below or in the upper right side of the screen. The third one is your recency of practice. This is the part where you provide evidence of your recent nursing experience and statement of service. And the fourth one is your professional indemnity insurance arrangement.
Also, since this is one of the most common questions that we receive in the comments, this is what AHPRA actually says about the nursing experience that you need in the last 5 years. Recency of practice means that a nurse or midwife has maintained an adequate connection with and recent practice in the profession or professions since qualifying for or obtaining registration. And practice means any role, whether remunerated or not, in which the individual uses their skills and knowledge as a health practitioner in their profession. Practice in this context is not restricted to the provision of direct clinical care. It also includes using professional knowledge, working, in a direct non-clinical relationship with clients, working in management, administration, education, research, advisory, regulatory, or policy development roles, and any other roles that impact on the safe, effective delivery of services in the profession. So, for those of you saying that, hey, I'm only a clinical instructor, or I'm just a nursing teacher, or I work only in the community, or whatever else, this is your answer.
For more information about these, we will provide links at the bottom in the description below, okay? After you do the online self-check, AHPRA will then assess your documents, your requirements, and all that. And if your requirements are deemed equivalent to an Australian qualification, you can then proceed to do the orientation program, which has 2 parts. The first part is an online course which introduces you to Australia and its healthcare system. The second part is a more comprehensive online introduction that includes the diversity of the Australian culture. So, the online self-check is free. You send your documents, you send your qualifications, that's free. But when AHPRA says and advises you that you can go ahead and proceed to the assessment process and you can do the orientation after, you will then have to pay 640 Australian dollars for them to assess everything properly and let you go on ahead to the next step. There's 2 things that can happen after AHPRA assesses your documents and your qualifications properly. The first one is they say, okay, your assessments, your qualifications are good and it's equivalent to an Australian qualification, so they just ask you to pay the application fee and the registration fee, and that's it. The application fee is 300 Australian dollars and the registration fee is 175 Australian dollars. And then congratulations, you're an Australian registered nurse. But the second thing can also happen.
After AHPRA assesses your papers, they may find that your qualifications are not equivalent to an Australian standard. In this case, they will give you a referral letter to do the OBA. The OBA, or the Outcomes-Based Assessment, is a 2-stage assessment process. The first stage is an online computer-based exam that is multiple choice. The second stage is a practical exam that allows them to assess your demonstration of the knowledge, skills, and competence required of a graduate-level Australian nurse. These exams have to be done in order, so you cannot do the practical exam first. For those who have referral letters for OBA, it will officially start in March 2020.
So, let's talk more about the OBA assessment processes. So again, the first stage of the assessment process is a multiple choice question exam, online exam, computer-based. And good news, it can be done in different test centers in many countries. So you can take this test while you're in your home country, provided that your country has a Pearson VUE test center. The National Council of State Boards of Nursing, or NCSBN, develops and administers the tests in the Pearson VUE test centers. And the name of the test that you will be taking is the National Licensure Examination for Registered Nurses, or NCLEX-RN. So, NCLEX-RN, I know what you guys are thinking. I've taken NCLEX before. I have a current score for the NCLEX, but there's an issue.
From what we read, this is what AHPRA says about taking the NCLEX-RN exam. IQNMs, or the Internationally Qualified Nurses and Midwives, must be authorized by AHPRA to sit the MCQ exams, which is referring to the NCLEX-RN. So from our understanding, you cannot just independently organize and sit for the exam. You have to be given authorization by AHPRA's NMBA to sit for the exam. Correct us if we're wrong, okay?
The fee for the exam will be directly paid to the providers of the exam. Currently, for February 2020, the NCLEX-RN registration fee is 200 American dollars. Again, American, not Australian, because the NCLEX-RN, I think, is an American company. And it also has an international scheduling fee of 150 American dollars.
After passing the NCLEX-RN, the stage 1 of the assessment process, you can then proceed to the stage 2, the practical exam, that is called OSCE, or Objective Structured Clinical Exam. This part is managed by AHPRA, and contrary to the NCLEX-RN, which you can possibly do in your home country, this one you have to fly over here in Australia to do it. The practical exam will be done in South Australia, one of the states of Australia, and it will be delivered in Adelaide Health Simulation in Adelaide, the capital city of South Australia. For your information, the fee for the OSCE is 4,000 Australian dollars. AHPRA did not stipulate that you have to enroll in a review program, but if you are interested, you might want to check out Institute of Health and Management, because they have this course called Nursing Career Advancement Program for Australian Outcomes-Based Assessment. From what I read, it's about 7,500 Australian dollars. So I reckon it's a bit pricey. So if you know of another institution that offers a review program as well, please share in the comment section down below so you can help other aspiring RNs.
Our friend is actually enrolled in an OBA review program conducted by Australia Training Centre, and it costs around 5,000 AUD.
Anyway, that's it for the OBA. For those of you asking about bridging, the bridging program will continue until 2021, but that's only for people who have referral letters for bridging. Although, in saying that, it is not a guarantee that you can get into the program if you have the letter, because since the bridging is ending, it's in demand more than ever. Because a lot of people actually prefer the bridging program over the OBA because there is no pressure to do an exam. And after you go through the bridging program, you can just register. Also, take note, if you do have a referral letter for bridging and you prefer to do the OBA, you can contact the registration officer in your letter and say so. That's it for now, guys, for the updates about how to go through the OBA and how to register as an Australian nurse. We hope we help. We hope this video is very useful for you.
Please like this video if this video has helped you in any way, and if you have something to share or you have any questions, please comment down below in the comment section.
Internationally qualified nurses, let's all help each other. Let's share this video so that everyone can become registered nurses here in Australia, and let's see each other here. Okay? Share with family, friends, acquaintances, whatever.
Everyone. Share it to everyone.
And then, don't forget to subscribe. Press the notification bell beside the subscribe button so that you can have more updates if we make new videos about our travels, about our life, or about nursing here in Australia and the OBA. Alright? Thank you so much for watching, guys.
See you guys here. Bye.
Bye.